everybody. Welcome to Soul to Soul. I am your host tonight, medium Kelly Kristin. It is so great to be here with you. I always look forward to Wednesday nights. I hope everyone's safe and dry where they are. It has been really crazy weather where I live, which is Central California in a little town called Visalia. We've had blizzard warnings and rain and flooding, snow. Well, actually, not snow where I live, but close. I live about 40 minutes from the giant sequoias. And in case you aren't familiar with them, they are the giant redwood trees that are like 2,000 to 3,000 years old. So that park's closed. So I hope everyone's safe and dry tonight. I thought we could talk a little bit about intuition tonight. I've been getting a lot of questions about that lately. And so I thought, you know what, that might be good to talk about. Everybody has intuition, right? We just sometimes have a really hard time trusting ourselves or listening to ourselves. It goes back to that fight, flight, or freeze when we had to kind of gather our own food and be aware of our surroundings. And I think a lot of people that book psychic readings actually already know the answer to their questions. They just are looking kind of for that validation, which is good because it's kind of hard sometimes to trust ourselves. But if we practice listening to ourselves and listening to our higher self and using intuition, it's kind of like a muscle. And the more you work at it, the stronger it gets. It's like, when you're in the grocery store and you're in the long, long line and you're thinking to yourself, a short line opens up and you think, don't move, don't move, don't move, but you do. And right when you head that way, 5 people jump ahead of you, right? So it's just really learning to trust yourself and practice speaking to your higher self and, with your patience. If you use patience, learning your intuition and listening, it actually makes your inner light shine brighter. And wouldn't you know, that is actually my theme for the year. So maybe we can practice that this week and I'll check back with you next week and see how you did. So we're ready for a caller. Awesome. We have Francie from, I did not see exactly where is it, Raleigh, North Carolina. Awesome. Hi, Francie. How are you tonight?
I am wonderful, Kelly. Thank you.
Oh, good. I can hear you so well tonight. That's awesome. Do you have a question for me or what kind of reading did you want tonight?
Well, I guess basically general, what kind of messages does Spirit have for me?
Oh, you would like, okay. So general or like a mediumistic one or just kind of in general with both? I call that kind of a blended
Sure,
reading.
you can do do like a medium to blend it, I guess.
Okay.
Whichever comes in strongest.
Right. We'll see who comes for you. I actually was like, I feel into your, into your soul, into you. You feel just really amazing, right? You have like, I can feel like you have this big, beautiful light that shines bright. And I wonder if you're the kind of person that people would come up to, actually, like I was just speaking about in the grocery store, and kind of tell you their whole life story. Would you understand that? Do people like
Oh, yeah.
come up? Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can feel that for you.
Come out of the bathroom and know everybody's life story.
Right? I know. And that can be amazing, but sometimes, we have to put up boundaries and politely, tell people we'll talk to them later. But I can tell that about you. You have this big, beautiful, bright light. And I feel, let's see, if I feel into anything that's going on, I feel like there's something coming up for you. It almost feels like, I don't know if I want to call it a vacation, but like a getaway or a day trip or something like that. Do you have anything planned like that?
Actually, a little more than a day trip. I'm kind of thinking about traveling.
Okay. Yeah, it feels like it's hard to tell. It's like it feels like you're getting ready to go somewhere, and I feel like there's actually somebody that steps in. I feel like it's a lady that's here with me who is commenting on that and talking about how she'd like to go with you or she's going to go with you. So I don't know if you're thinking about going somewhere. I know I haven't explained giving you details about this lady, but it feels like somebody that you would have traveled with. You would, or this is a place that she has been before, because I feel like she wants to give you like tips about what to do while you're there. So 10 minutes is so short. I feel like she is more like a grandmother. She feels that way to me. I'm not committing to being a grandmother, but would you have a grandmother in spirit?
I do.
Okay. And would you have gone places with one of your grandmothers? Would you have vacationed with her? It almost feels like it's
No.
some, no? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Um, okay, well, let's back up and go back to the vacation or to the where you're thinking about traveling. Would this be, it feels very much like a beach or it's something almost like exotic. There's something different about it. Would you understand that?
Possibly.
Okay. It
I mean,
just
it's
feels
one of
very
the areas that we could go to.
okay. It just feels like there's something really different about this area, and it just feels like this is like much needed. It's some good downtime to actually reflect. And it feels like it's been, even though I just said you're this, beautiful bright light, it also feels like things could have been kind of heavy for you these last couple of years. I mean, for most of us, right? This feels like a reprieve. This feels like a place to almost like let your hair down. So I don't know if you can understand that. It just feels really good. And I might be wrong on who the lady is, but she still is insisting that this is someone that you would have traveled with, um, or gone places with. Um,
Mm.
because I know I haven't given you very much information on her. She is someone who's very outspoken. I feel that she passed from an illness. Um, I feel that either some connection like this would be like a dream place for her to go. It just feels like she wants to give you like a lot of information about this. So um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see what else I can fill into.
Can you give me an idea of what she might look like by chance?
Yeah, you know what? She just feels almost like she's more like middle aged or around my age. Maybe I'm in my 50s. Um, it feels like she wasn't finished, living her life. Like this is when wasn't she had more life to live. And it almost feels like that her
Mm-hmm.
passing was in a way unexpected. It feels like an illness that she may have been diagnosed late. Um, something like that where she would have been like maybe like she wouldn't have some people may have wouldn't have passed from this. It almost feels like it's cancer where if it maybe could have caught it sooner or something like that. That's just the feeling she gives me, but she almost doesn't want to talk about that, but she wants to talk about everything else. So she would have been
Mm.
someone like super outgoing. And if you can't think of who it is, I mean, a million times when you get off, you think who it is. I know I didn't give you much of how she looks like, but
Right.
I feel like her hair is really important to her, her presentation, her makeup. And I feel like she would have dressed um, in her own way. So, what I mean by that is she shows me almost like in some more, what's the word I want to use, like flamboyant dressing, like not, I don't know how to explain it, almost like loud, but it worked for her.
Mm.
um
Interesting.
yeah. um yeah, it's so interesting that she steps in. I really did feel like or I thought it could be your grandmother, but showing me like younger, or if she passed being younger. Um, but she's there for you. I feel like she's cheerleading you.
Mm,
Um, I know.
mhm.
I'm sorry you don't know. If there's, do you have another question for me about that, or about general
Well,
reading?
do you see me buying a house anytime soon?
Oh, okay. Let me fill into that. Um, you know what? That actually does feel good. It feels like there's going to be some things that come up that clear the pathway for that. Um, it almost feels like someone will be getting like a bonus or more money or something, working wise, or like a one time bonus or something like that, where it's going to be like the green flag for go ahead and start that journey of getting your own house. um, I keep seeing, and I saw this before we started, the number 6. So I feel like that would be, it could possibly be June, the 6th month, or it could be 6 months from now. It does feel like that it's a journey. And I feel like on this journey, you're going to, um, I don't know that you're going to have trouble, but you're going to be particular about the house that you choose. So I feel like that
Mhm.
could cause like a little bit of a delay and actually purchasing the house. Um, it almost feels like you're not going to settle for just anything. Um, and I'm so sorry, we're almost out of time. I hope that answered that question, and I hope you're able to connect and try to and think about who that lady might be, um,
Yeah, I'll
because
think
she's
about that.
really on your side. Um, think red hair. But I'm so sorry, we're out of time. Thank you so much for calling in tonight. I really appreciate it. And for everybody else, I will see you again, same place, same time next week.